There you are. It's a new day, new week. We're back in shop. It's almost New Year. It's New Year's Eve. Our 5.4 liter 3 valve in this Ford Expedition here. It's going to be another week or so before we get another video on it. Been videoing some stuff. Still been working on it. Hadn't worked the oil pressure issues out of it just yet. But got another project back in here that you'll probably remember. We did a couple of videos on these. On this one, if you hadn't saw them, go back to our watch list and watch them. And but anyway, we've got the Toro Titan zero turn in here, and I've done a few things to it. I put me a hitch on here, pull my little old trailer around, and so I went up there a couple of days ago and pulled my old cherry picker out of the barn, cleaned it up, brought it down here, and it come in handy. Pick this thing up. I got it sitting on jack stands there, so come on in here a little bit closer, and I'll show you what we're getting into today. So what we're going to be doing today is changing the hydrostatic fluid for the hydrostatic drive in this thing. And so what the owner's manual calls for is a 1550 full synthetic Mobil 1 motor oil. And right here's the filters that we have. So get a little close up on that there. It's a hydraulic oil filter for the transmission. And it's a replacement for part number 52114. And I think there's another number there for X mark that it will replace. So went online and got those. And so what we're working on here is a Toro Titan Z 5200, which is a 52-inch zero turn. And so I'll get you under there and show you what it's going to take to get this hydrostatic fluid changed, and then we'll go from there. Get you down here where you can see it. It's got 3/8 bolts in it right here. So we'll take that cover off and then screw that filter out and drain this thing. So to drain it, it's got a vent screw right here, and I've already got it broke loose. And so if you can see there, some engineer, I'm telling you, this thing, like this deal here for the idler pulley for the belt system is almost in the way. So since it wasn't completely in the way, they went ahead and put a grease third in it right here so that it's completely in the way, so you can't get a Allen wrench in there. And so I went through about 3 sets looking around, or 4 sets, trying to find one that I could get in there. And so this is out of a Milwaukee set right here, and it's short enough that I could get it in there. So anyway, you can take this 1/4-inch wrench, slide it on there, and yeah, it ain't even real easy. And so that red part right there in the middle is round, so you can like move it to the red part, move your wrench, reposition it, and I'm retightening it there because I got it loose. But so that thing was pretty snug in there, and it'll be the same thing on the other side. And then right here, I don't know what's in there. So I hope it ain't spring loaded, because this side's leaking, and I'm thinking I'm gonna take them 2 screws out. Well, I'll clean it up first with brake cleaner or something, take them 2 screws out, drop that down, and see if there's a gasket or an O-ring or something in there, and see if we can get that replaced, put some RTV on it, something, get that leak stopped right there. So I'll get you set up here and we'll get started. All right, so the first order of business for this side right here at least, see if we can't get some of this gunk off of here without getting it everywhere. Catch a little bit of it in my pan, that way we ain't laying in it here in a minute. Well, while that's kind of dripping off there, we'll go ahead and take these 3/8 bolts out right here. Now don't you drop that bolt down in that oil. I know how you are. Oh, I got all kind of gunk on it, like a bird nest in there. So this oil and filters supposed to be replaced every 400 hours. So it's probably due. It's got 410 hours on it, so it's time. I'm not sure what size filter wrench that we need here. And help put it on the right way. It helps a lot too. Yeah, that's tightening, ain't it? Won't come off if you try to tighten it for some reason. Come on, baby. That didn't work either. Well, let me see what other kind of wrench I got. Alright, got one of these squeezy kinds here. It don't seem to be working either, does it? It moved just a hair, but yep. Rivets popped out of it, so that ain't working. Well, lovely. Well, we ain't out of options yet. There we go. I'm gonna grab the air hose and see if I can blow a little of that dirt out of there. I don't know if you can tell on the camera there, but that's got a little bit of a green tint to it. And just so you know, it smells green as well. Yep, right there's the number on our filter, that 52114. So we got the right filter to replace it. Let's see if I can reach up there and get that plug out to let it breathe. Don't need to drop that in the oil, do we? We're getting there. It's a 1/4 inch Allen screw with a 1/4 inch wrench, turning about 1/4 of a turn at a time. I think some of these they actually fill them back up through that hole right there. But this one, we're going to fill it up through the reservoir up there on the top. Alright, we got our plug cleaned back up there. We'll let her drain a little bit more though. Alright, let's see if we can back you up here a little farther. And we'll take this side off. Oh, that one don't feel healthy. Yep, it just broke. That's lovely. I'm going to attempt to take this one off. Get out of the middle of the oil drip there. Like I say, I don't know what's in that for sure. So we're fixing to find out together. Oh, looks like an oil pump. Yep. Yep, that's the oil pump. So I'll get him O-ring kit over here and we'll see if we can replace this O-ring right here. Ooh, don't fall out there, baby. I was wanting to, wasn't it? Well, now we know. Well, there with the gear. Of course. Why didn't you bring us some towels over here? For crying out loud. Alright, I got one here that, ow, I just hit my head, is the same circumference, but it's a little thicker. Which, if that one was leaking, a little thicker would probably work better. So let me stick that up there and see how it'll fit. Give it a little oil bath. Might even put grease on it and hold it up there. Alright, I'm going to go rinse this oil pump off one more time, clean it with brake clean again, put some oil in it, and then we'll put it back together. Alright, so let me show you this. This has got timing marks on it. See them two little dots right there. There you go, there's a good shot of it. So probably, since this one's got like a little half moon deal on one side right there, we'll have to line that up with that shaft. So I might take a little grease, put a little grease on that, a little grease in this, set it up on there, and then once it's up in there, we can just set this right up on it because there's not any orientation for how that it sits inside of that housing as far as it all turns, you know what I mean? So we'll put some grease on it, get it hold up there long enough, we can set that up on there and get our boat started back, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm going to use here is a little Vaseline petroleum jelly, and we'll get that thing prepped and ready to put back together. That's going to be a little difficult to do, I'm thinking. With that dripping off of there, you know what I mean? Put some little Vaseline in here. That'll give it a little lube. Which it being on the bottom there, that oil should fill it up. Let's see if I can. We haven't turned that or anything. It ought to go right back up in there. Be a big Q-tip here. Make sure we ain't got no garbage in that right there. Let's see, how does that need to go? Where's the flat side? The flat side is right there. So I'm putting a little Vaseline on the back of this and then them slots right there. And I'm going to turn it over where our timing mark is. Vaseline right there that'll hold that in place long enough we can get it slid back up on there. And this right here should go just like that right there. Try to get the oil off my hands before I get it all over my ratchet. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Alright, let me turn you around here. I'm gonna pour some oil in this filter. And we'll take the oil that's on the top right there and rub it around where the low ring's going to be. And that oil that we poured in there will soak into that filter media. We'll give it a few minutes. And enough of it should soak in there that we probably won't spill but a drop or two when we go to put this back into place right here. That looks groovy to me. Alright, see if I can get you refocused right there. There we go. All right. 3/4 to 1 turn after the gasket touches the base. That's about a 1/2 turn. I think that'll do it. Hope I ain't blocking your views there. I'll move you over a little. Maybe I'll get my fat head out of the way. So I believe that's going to work lovely on that one. Alright, that's got that side. Now it'll just be rinse and repeat for the other side, except the other side, the oil pump's not leaking, so we won't have to take it off and deal with that. It'll just be draining the oil out, and we'll get started on filling her back up and running it a little bit. So I'm going to attempt to take this filter off on this side. I did a little work on the filter wrench there. Maybe it'll work a little better on this one. Man, them things are on there. Come on, baby. There we go. She's draining. Alright, so what do you think the chances are that we can drill that bolt that we broke off right there out? I never have any good luck with them, it seems, but let's give it a shot. I got a brand new little drill bit here. See if we can figure out what kind of length we need on that. Okay, if my calculations are right, that ought to be about what we need to get through it and not go further than what the depth of the screw is. That ain't too bad. Yeah, that one, we can probably go that big. Let's see what we can do with this one. Just a little WD up in the hole. And get the nozzle in there. There we go. Now I'm gonna grab the torch and heat that right there. Alright, now I'm gonna go grabbing these out. Ooh, that one is almost too big. Well, that ain't working, is it? Well, it busted a little bit of it out. It didn't turn it, I don't think. It just busted that corner out right there. So that's a 1/4-20 bolt pattern. And let me go one size smaller. Still in the bolt. I believe that's a success. Oh, come on. Okay, the rubber sealed right there. It's a 1/4, 1/2. That's 3/4 right there. That's right between 3/4 and 1 full turn, so we're gonna call that good. Let's see if we can get our new one started in there first. Yep, the only thing now is we'll have 2 3/8 and 7/16 in there. But at least we got one in there, right? Grab me a 7/16 socket. Shoot, yeah. Now I just need to put them plugs back in up there. May have to leave that loose until we get that thing filled up. We'll leave them out until we get fluid coming out of them. We'll back you up here and change directions, and we'll add some fluid to it. Alright, let's try her out here for a second. And I'll bring you in here and show you a couple of things. Alright, so the procedure for getting the air out of those things is this knob right here. You turn that knob, and right under the floor right here, there's a little thing you pull right here. So when you pull that back, it puts the hydrostat in neutral. And so you put both of them in neutral, do your joysticks over there forward and back like 6 times, and then come over here and loosen that nut up there and push these forward, and that puts it in gear. And then take the joystick and do about 5-6 times again, gets the air out of it, and then you're good to go. So that's what we did on that. So that's good to go. Let me show you one other thing we did. When oil capacity, so it's up to right here, which is way over full. It's supposed to be right down there on the bottom when it's cold. So what I'll do is I'll mulch some leaves with it and run it around an hour or so, put my wagon on there, pick up sticks, you know. Just run it a little bit, come back and check that. And if I need to, I can siphon a little. I've got a pump deal over there. I can pump some of that oil out, get it down to the correct level. But I think it's gonna fall some more. I think it's still got some air in it, so we'll go from there. But that's got the hydrostat taken care of. So let me show you something else over here. So if you remember them old tractor videos we was doing, and they had one of them at Ford had an armrest on it. That was all beat up, a lot worse shape than this one. But this one, when you're mowing, that junk right there is rough on the old elbow, you know what I mean? So yesterday, when you guys wasn't looking, I made me an armrest like I did for that tractor. So I basically just cut that stuff down and had to level that up a little bit right there. Drove me a piece of PVC pipe on there. I'm actually gonna put a cap on this one so it's got a round end on it. But it's got an adjuster right here, so you can adjust how high that thing is. So I adjusted up there so that when you're sitting on there, like your arm is just like right there, you know what I mean? So that's pretty good. I may set you up on time lapse here just for the heck of it, if you want to see it, and trim this one off and stick a pipe on this one right here. So we'll be back. We got another piece of pipe there. This one's actually a piece of scrap. It's got a metal adapter screw glued on the end of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. It's about the same length. Put it down there. And if I get a screw-on cap, then I'll just stick another metal adapter on that one. Put a screw-on cap on both of them, plumbing cap. And we'll call that good. But first, let's get this trimmed down. There you go. Looks like an electrician been working on the lawnmower. Looks like something you lost in space, don't it? Alright, see what that looks like. I like it. Put your hands right up there to the so you can just loafer right along. Yep, that's gonna work lovely. All right, there you have it. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I'm going to try to post this the day after New Year's, so hope you had a good New Year's, and hope the rest of your year's good too. Like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment there on something. What do you think about these armrests? I never did get no comments out of that last one, but stupid idea, or is it stupid if it really stupid if it works? You know what I mean? Looks like it works to me. All right, guys. Catch you next time. I got at least what you sore head. One more time. Take 12.